Our next writer just happens to be Orlando Bishop.
Yeah.
Orlando Bishop is a storyteller. Check out his latest story, Dinner for Two, which he wrote and directed this fall on TV1. He arrived in LA in 1997 and only took 21 years to become an overnight sensation. Overnight sensation status TBC. Ladies and gentlemen, Orlando Bishop.
Get out of the bathroom. My long-limbed 11-year-old daughter has closed the door behind herself, and I stare helplessly from the staircase. I've pretended to be walking casually down to my office as we part ways. But the truth is that the click of the bathroom door behind her has set off in me nothing short of panic. I check my phone. It's 8:47 p.m. I'm not the first father to hope his daughter doesn't stay in the bathroom forever, I know. But this time is different. We've been talking, she's been crying, the lump in my throat feels like it may choke me to death. Get out of the bathroom! I mutter the words, inaudible to her through the door, over the whir of the exhaust fan that turns on with the light. I want to scream it, but know that if she sees me panic, hears me panic, feels me panic, she may panic. I stare at the door and imagine for a second that I can will it open. But it turns out that despite the superhero dreams of my underoos-clad youth, that my telekinetic powers are for shit. Get out of the bathroom. Should I just go knock on the door? Make sure she's alright? That's ridiculous, I understand. She's been going to the bathroom by herself, after all, for years now. And memories of those final diapers remind me that that is a good thing. I exhale a chuckle, and I continue down the stairs to my office. We've been here before, she and I. She knows I understand when she describes her anxiety. I was the one who helped her name it. The one who explained that she really could breathe when she felt like her world was going to smother her. A year and a half before that night, a year and a half before she put that bathroom door between us, back when she wrestled with the reality that her mother, my wife, was battling breast cancer, I was the one who shared his own stories of walls closing in and the world growing dim. When she described how her heart raced and her stomach ached, I was the one who said, I know. You came to the right guy, I quipped, hiding the horror that my baby girl was telling me that she was dealing with something I honestly wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. She smiled, and I hoped she was buying that I had things under control, that I knew mommy was going to be all right, that I was all right, and not employing in that very moment the very anxiety management tips and tricks I was teaching her. Like, breathe. A year and a half after I taught her to use her breath to navigate the heart-pounding storm that is anxiety, I stand in my office and remind myself of the very same thing. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Jesus Christ, how long's it been? How long's she been in there? I checked my phone, and it's still 8:47? Are you fucking kidding me? Get out of the bathroom! I get it, it's only been a minute, but it doesn't feel like a minute. It feels like I'm fucking around doing nothing while she's upstairs in the bathroom. And I'm sweating now, and she could end up like Darren. Let's call him Darren. Darren was an 8th grader. Darren was her friend. Darren directed a scene she was in her theater arts class. Darren was a black boy. Darren was a star. No, the world didn't know it yet, but Darren was a star. He had a smile so bright, you immediately forgave the mischief it exposed. And a twinkle in his eye that would put the little star of bedtime story fame to shame. His walk, his talk, it was all just. Do you have any idea how fabulous you have to be to pull off scarves as an 8th grade boy? And I think my daughter saw what I saw, how special he was, because she adored him. Darren was her friend. Sometimes the way she'd say his name, I wondered if she didn't just like him, but like him, you know? She never said so, and I never asked. Frankly, I felt like it was none of my damn business. She's allowed her private thoughts. She's allowed her private space. Speaking of which, what the fuck is she doing up there in that fucking bathroom? It's 8:48. This is how I feel after 1 minute. This anxiety is whooping my ass, which is a problem because if 8:49 rolls around and she's still in that goddamn bathroom, I'm gonna need all my strength to kick down the fucking door. Who could have blamed her if she did like him? I remember him walking over to my truck as he did sometimes. One morning when I was dropping the kids off at ballet. I don't remember our entire conversation, but I'm sure I asked how his classes were going. My son took off running, hoping to sneak in some basketball before school started, and Darren and my daughter strolled, side by side, through the gate, chatting, as friends do. I shook my head. 6th grade, and already with the older men. As I drove home, I wondered if Darren was more the kind of boy who would like my son. It wouldn't matter one way or the other to me, but my hands gripped the wheel tighter, imagining my broken-hearted baby girl. Tonight, I wish she was lovesick. I wish it was that kind of standard father-daughter moment. I stand in the office where I first found out from my friend Steve, my assistant coach. He wanted to reach me quickly, before word spread. After all, Darren played flag football for us. He was one of my kids. That's what they all become once they step 1 foot out on that field. One of my kids. Does your uncle play flag football? The question frustrated Darren. No, he grumbled. No, you play on this team. The game was starting and Darren was complaining that his uncle, who was supposed to bring his uniform to him, was late. So whose responsibility was it to have that uniform here at game time? Now he was too mad to answer and too smart to say out loud what that rage in his eyes was saying. An excuse is a reason that leaves you out. I'm not quite sure where I get these sayings. They come to me when I have lessons to teach. And with all my heart and soul, I hope they get it. That when I say, "Will we fight?" and they yell back, "We will fight!" that we are talking about a whole lot more than making a stop on 3rd down. By halftime, Darren had his uniform and fire in his belly, so I decided to give him the ball. Diamond, Blue, Howard. That was the play call. The ball was snapped. Darren took a drop step like I taught him, and the quarterback gave him the ball. He ran toward our sideline, and I saw something, a look in his eye. He wasn't going to be stopped. "Run, son!" He beats the defenders outside and turns the ball up the field. Nobody's going to catch him, and boom! Touchdown! It's 8:49, and she's still in the bathroom. And I'm staring at the monitor in my office where Steve's note appeared that otherwise nondescript morning. Hey, Orlando. If you have not heard this bad news yet, it's making me sick to tell you. Darren, who played for us last season, committed suicide. The note went on, but I didn't. Confused, I read and reread the words. But no matter how many times I read them, the words didn't change. I told my wife, and she kept saying, "What?" No more able to hear than I was able to read. And then it hit us both. We'd have to tell our daughter. She's smart, my baby girl. Old soul smart. She knew something wasn't right when we both showed up to pick her up after school. We got her home. She sat on our bed, nervous, facing her mother. The room started a slow spin, and I couldn't hear my wife's words over the thump of my heartbeat in my ears. Then my baby girl's scream shattered it all. Her mother hugged her, and I hugged them both. And I searched for another saying, but there were no words. And now it's 8:49, and she's upstairs in the bathroom. Fuck this, I'm going up there. And before I can take my first step up the stairs, click, the bathroom door opens. And I hear her footsteps on the hardwood floor. I go up there. I need to look at her. She's sitting on her bed, glassy-eyed and beaten down. You aight? Yeah, she nods. We both understand that's a relative term. I want to tell her that I'm sorry I let her down, that I let Darren down, that I secretly wish I can get all my kids to say, "We will fight!" enough times to prepare them for all life's battles. But I just choke out, "I'm right here." We both miss Darren, she and I, each in our own way. But we've managed to fight on. And I thank God that these days, when I say, "Get out of the bathroom," it's so we can all get going to face another day.